Welcome to Yoga at the Library. We are going to do a class today that covers every part of the body, but we're going to focus on the shoulders, and the weather's changing, so we're going to do a lot standing on both feet rather than balancing, because when the weather changes, we get a little ungrounded. So we will not be balancing, we will be stretching our shoulders, and we'll spend a little time on the floor. So I hope you enjoy. We're going to sit on our mats to begin. And if you like to sit up on a block or on any kind of prop, that is always an option. Sitting, rooting evenly through both sit bones, feeling the natural curves of your spine lengthening up. The neck is long, the chin is level with the floor. The face is relaxed here. The shoulders drop away from the ears, feeling the sides of the feet pressing into the floor. Noticing any places you feel tension. And we'll check in with the breath. Taking a few full rounds of breath. If you can breathe through the nose, breathe through your nose. This time of year, sometimes that is hard. Feel free to breathe through your mouth at any time. Try to make the transition from inhale to exhale, especially, really smooth. When we have our lungs full, we tend to let our shoulders creep up. We tend to get a little bit tense just because we're so full of air. We want to try to keep the shoulders down even when the lungs are full. And let that inhalation transition gently into an exhalation. Pressing all the air out. Making as much room as possible for fresh air. Oxygen into the bloodstream. And since the weather's getting warmer, we're going to do a cooling breath. And I think I'm going to be able to get it right this time. If you can roll your tongue, like make a U with your tongue, make a U with your tongue. If you cannot roll your tongue, you can take the tip of your tongue right behind your two front teeth, just to the roof of your mouth, right behind your two front teeth. So either way, your mouth's a little bit open. And when we breathe in, we're breathing through that U shape or through the open sides of our mouth if the tip of our tongue is to the base of those top teeth. So it's fun to kind of experiment with both ways. But what you feel right away is how cold the air feels as it comes into your mouth. So we breathe in. Then we press the cold tongue to the top of the mouth and breathe out. So we're literally cooling our heads down. If you ever feel the need to cool your head down and look a little silly while you're doing it, it's not going to bother you. Try this cooling breath. So we're breathing in, pressing the tongue to the roof of the mouth, and breathing out. Try it however it works for you. It's a fun breath. It really does its job of cooling off your head. It's a nice way to diffuse a sticky situation. And it's a fun one to share with kids. All right, so we've got our seated little warm up. Let's go ahead and switch our ankles. We've been sitting this way for a couple minutes. So we're switching our ankles, rooting again through both sit bones, sitting up nice and tall. And we'll begin with the hands together apart, taking a big deep breath in. Interlacing the fingers, pressing the palms forward and rounding through the back. Inhaling, palms up. Exhaling, hands reach back. Maybe they can interlace. And we'll inhale to lift the hands, lift the chin, open the heart. Exhaling, hands back to center. We'll do that 2 more times. Deep breath in. Exhaling, palms press forward. Inhaling, palms up. Exhaling, hands reach back. Inhaling to open up the heart, open up the throat. And exhaling, hands into center. We'll do that 1 more time. Deep breath in here. Exhaling, pressing the palms forward. Inhaling to lift the palms. Shoulders still away from the ears. Exhaling, hands back. My throat's dry from all that cooling breath. Coming back to center. We're gonna take a hold of both knees, make big circles. Pulling the heart forward, pulling it all the way to one side and all the way back. Go ahead and switch directions. Checking in with your low back, hip flexors, sides of the pelvis. Making our way back to center. Sitting up nice and tall. Let's go ahead and take the arms out wide and all the way up. Turn the palms forward, and we'll bend our elbows out to the sides and down towards the rib cage. Inhaling, taking the arms out and all the way up. And exhaling, elbows come down to the rib cage. We'll do that 1 more time. Inhaling all the way up. Gosh. And exhaling down, elbows to the rib cage. Alrighty, let's make our way to hands and knees. Wrists right underneath the shoulders, knees right underneath the hips. Neutral spine, so we're looking down at the mat in between our fingers. Coming into cat and cow. Inhaling, lifting the tailbone, dropping the belly, lifting the chin. Exhaling, tugging the tailbone, rounding up through the back, and tucking the chin to the chest. Moving with your breath. Taking any movement side to side or forward and back that you need. Up and down even. Wiggling out that spine in whichever direction it asks you to wiggle it. Let's go ahead and come back to neutral spine. Take the hands a little bit wider apart and the fingers nice and wide. And we'll take the knees all the way together, the ankles all the way together. So we've got our hands a little bit wide, our knees a little bit together. And let's take the left leg out long. Flex that foot so the toes point straight down towards the floor. And go ahead and tug the toes against the floor and press back into the heel. Stretching through the hamstring. We'll lift that heel up Take the foot across to the right side of the mat. Look over that right shoulder towards the left heel. Stretching through the whole left side of the body, compressing through the right side. Bringing the foot back to neutral. And it's still up in the air here. Let's take a big deep breath in, extending the leg long. And on our exhale, we're gonna bring the knee in towards the heart. Inhaling, extend the leg up. And exhale, bring the knee into the heart. One more time, extending out. And bringing that knee into the heart. And then we'll lower on down. Knees are together. Hands are a little bit apart. We'll do that same thing on the other side. Extending the right leg long. Flexing the foot, toes point straight down towards the floor. Tug the toes against the floor and press back into that heel. Stretching through the hamstring. That right leg is really, really straight. As straight as it can go. Go ahead and lift the heel up. And we'll cross that foot over to the left side of the mat. Looking over the left shoulder towards the left heel. Making your way back to lifted leg on the right side. Neutral spine. Taking a big deep breath in, extending the leg long. On the exhale, we tug the knee in towards the heart. Inhaling, extending. And exhaling, tucking it in. Inhaling, extending. Exhaling, tucking that knee in. And then lowering it down alongside the other one. Coming back to our tabletops, bringing the hands a little bit closer. The knees a little bit apart. So we're making a nice solid rectangle shape with our bodies. We'll go ahead and tuck the toes on both feet. Take the hands a little bit forward. Lift the knees, lift the hips, come up into downward facing dog. So here we're alternating, pressing one heel and then the other down towards the floor. Take a big deep breath in and lift up onto the tippy toes. And then we'll bend the knees and walk all the way up to the top of the mat, coming into a forward fold. Letting your knees be a little bit bent to be easier on those hamstrings. Letting the head be heavy. The spine is long and rounded. The arms are just hanging forward. Maybe the fingertips touch the floor, maybe not. We'll take a big bend in both knees and roll slowly all the way up to stand. Standing up nice and tall. We want to have the feet hip width apart or a little bit wider. When the weather changes, we want to have a wide base. We want to have the feet parallel. Kneecaps pointing straight forward. Hips stacked right over those knees. Shoulders stacked right over the hips. Fingertips can shine down towards the floor. Neck is long, chin is level with the floor. Just like when we started, our face is relaxed. We'll bring the hands in together at the heart. We'll take a few sun breaths here, warming up the whole body. Inhaling, arms come out wide and all the way up. Exhale, fold and bow. Inhaling to lengthen and flatten the spine. Fingers can come to the legs for a little bit of extra support. Exhaling, folding all the way down. Inhaling, coming out and all the way up. And exhaling, hands coming into the heart. Two more sun salutations. We'll do two more sun breaths just like that. Taking the arms out wide and all the way up. Exhaling, folding forward. Inhaling to lengthen and flatten the spine. Exhaling, folding all the way down. Inhaling out and up. And exhaling, hands into center. Deep breath in, arms come out and up. Exhaling to fold and bow. Inhaling to lengthen and flatten that spine. Exhaling to fold. Arms come out, come all the way up. And we exhale the hands into the heart. Let's bring our feet all the way together. Bending into the knees for a fierce pose. So we want to tuck the tailbone a little bit. We don't want to be sticking our booties out. We want to have our tailbones tucked so the spine is nice and flat. Hands to the heart. We want to be able to see our big toes over our knees. And since our feet are together, our knees are also together. Hands are here at heart. On your exhale, sink a little deeper. On your inhale, we'll open the arms up, straighten the legs, opening the heart. And on our exhale, we're bending the knees back into that fierce pose, rounding the back and giving ourselves a hug. So it's a lot like inhaling, opening it up. The motion of the spine is a lot like it is in cat and cow, where we're arching and then rounding the spine. We're warming up the shoulders, warming up the legs, all at the same time. And we're getting hugs, which we don't get to get that often these days. Closing to hug in. When you feel even, opening it up, taking the arms out wide and up, and bringing the hands down through the heart. All right. From the top of your mat, go ahead and take a pretty big step back with the left foot. The left foot, stepping back with the left foot. So our left toes are going to turn out to the side. Our right toes are still pointing straight forward, and we want to feel pretty balanced. When we bend into this front knee, we want to bring the knee right over the ankle. So if you need to adjust the distance between your feet at any time, that's always an option. Make sure you can see your big toe. So you're using that external rotation in that right thigh. We're going to extend the arms out over the legs. This is warrior 2. We want to have the shoulders stacked right over the hips rather than reaching forward to feel like you're bending more into that knee. We want to stack. Ready? Let's flip the palms up. Inhaling, straightening the front leg, reaching the palms together. Exhaling back into warrior 2. Inhale. Inhaling, palms together, legs straight. And exhaling down. One more. Inhaling up. And exhaling on down. Alrighty, we'll release the arms. We'll bring the feet parallel and fold forward. Be gentle here. We haven't really warmed up the legs very much, so if you only come part of the way down, that's just fine. The hands do not need to make it to the floor. We can shift from side to side through those hamstrings. Listen to your body. Alrighty, we'll come on up with the torso. And here we'll go ahead and take the heels in a little bit, the toes pointing out a little bit. And let's bend the knees. We want to make sure when we bend the knees that the knees bend in the same direction our feet are pointing. So if you need to adjust your feet, please do. We're coming into goddess pose. So the palms are up, the elbows are a little bit bent. It's like we're holding the world. We want to have the spine as straight up and down as we can get. Makes those legs really, really wake up. We'll come on up, relaxing the arms. Let's come back into that goddess pose one more time. Bending the knees, palms up. Nice, feeling your body warming up. Alrighty. Come on up, release the arms, and now we'll do that warrior two on the other side. So the right heel shifts back, the left toes shift forward. Adjusting your feet really however you need to. And we'll take that left knee right over the left ankle so you can still see the left big toe. Arms extend over the legs. Shoulders are stacked right over the hips. We'll inhale, lifting the palms together, straightening the front leg. Exhaling back into your pose. Inhaling, palms come together. And exhaling. One more time. We'll release the arms, bring the feet parallel again. And this time we can fold forward. Maybe you can go a little bit lower. Maybe you don't feel like going a little bit lower. Take both hands towards your right leg. Maybe they're on your right leg. Maybe they're on the floor near your right foot. We're going just to the right with both hands, however that looks for you. Taking a big deep breath in here, and then exhaling to release through your spine. Check in with your feet. Do you feel like you're pressing weight evenly into both feet, even though you're leaning towards the right? Try to keep your feet feeling even. We'll come back through center, and then we'll come over to the left side, whether that means hands to the left leg, hands to the floor, hands to the left hip, folding over to the left, letting the spine be long, taking a deep breath in here, and exhaling to release. Coming back to center. Little bend in both knees and come all the way up. Right. Let's take the feet in. And we'll come to the back of our mat. Inhaling, both arms come out wide and all the way up. And on our exhale, we'll fold forward, taking a nice bend in both knees and walking the hands down the mat, or up the mat, I guess. Coming into tabletop and then making your way all the way down onto your belly. So here we'll come into a little back bend. We've got the elbows right underneath the shoulders, the palms down to the floor, lifting the chin so that it is level with the floor. The toenails are to the floor, the tops of the feet, the hip bones maybe. If this feels great, stay right here. Or you can press into the palms, lifting the elbows and bringing the arms more towards straight. Seal pose. Exhaling those elbows down. We'll bring the hands underneath the shoulders so that we can press back into our tabletop. And then let's go ahead and do a child's pose, and then we'll do a shoulder stretch. So the knees come wide, the big toes come together, and we fold forward. The forehead is down towards the floor, the tailbone is down towards the floor. The spine is rounded. We'll carefully make our way back up. Coming into our tabletop. If at any time you're here in your tabletop and you want to pad underneath the knees with a blanket or roll your mat, that is always an option. We're going to do a few more things on our knees. And I don't want you to be in pain. That is not the point. So if you need cushion, get cushion. From our tabletop position, we'll take the right arm out wide to the side, opening the heart. And exhale, threading that right arm underneath. So you're bringing the right shoulder almost all the way down to the floor. We'll inhale, opening back up. And exhale, threading it through. Inhale, opening up one more time. And we'll thread it through, and this time we can take that right shoulder all the way down. All the way down might mean all the way down to a blanket or to a pillow. You do not need to get your shoulder all the way down to the floor if that is not an option for you. Use those props. The left hand can stay right in front of your face, or it can go up towards, let's see. This is always hard. Up overhead. Big back bend, big stretch through the shoulder blades. Any pose where your head is lower than your heart is relaxing, or supposed to be relaxing. Bringing the left hand back in front of the face, and we'll press gently up. And do that same pose on the other side. So we'll inhale, opening up with the left arm. And exhaling, threading through, almost bringing the shoulder down to the floor. Inhaling, opening up. Exhaling through. Inhaling, opening up. And exhaling, coming into your pose. Lowering the shoulder to the floor or to props. Maybe taking the right arm up overhead, palm to the floor. Bringing the palm, the right hand in front of the face and coming back up. Alrighty, from here, we'll do a little bit with the legs. So we'll come to stand up on the legs. Stand up on the legs. Of course you're standing on your legs. Stand up on the knees is what I mean. Oh my. All right, so we've got our knees about width apart, maybe a little bit wider. We're gonna step forward with the right foot. And go ahead and tuck the toes on that left foot. Taking a big deep breath in, lifting both arms up. Right hand comes down to the right hip. We reach up and over with the left. So we're making a big long line from the fingertips all the way to the knee on that left side. All right, releasing that left arm down. You guys are gonna like this one. Take your arms out into a T. Keeping your balance on your feet. We're going to rotate. Rotate, 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 and then take the left hand down to the floor, keeping the right arm up. Whoa, so we just came into a twist. Now we can look up towards those right fingers, and your right foot, your left hand can be very far apart. Mine are on opposite edges of my mat. Keep a nice wide base. Big deep breath in, lifting through those fingertips. And we will act like someone is holding onto our right hand, pulling us back just the way we came. Whoa, and then we rotate forward, and then we release the arms. That's some stuff for real. Alrighty, let's take the knees back to the mat, keeping the toes tucked. Hands come on down. We'll come into our modified plank, so making a straight line from the shoulders to the knees. Deep breath in here. On the exhale, we'll lower, keeping the elbows in close, all the way down to the bellies. Point the toes here. We're pressing into the hands, but we're also using the back muscles. On our inhale, we're lifting up, our toes stay to the floor. Exhale, lower your heart. On our inhale, we're lifting, looking over the left shoulder. Exhaling to lower. And inhaling to look over the right shoulder. Exhaling to lower. Tucking those toes, and we'll come on up to stand on the knees. This time, the right foot comes forward and we tuck the toes on the left foot. Taking a big deep breath in, both arms come all the way up. Right? No, that's wrong. I'm so sorry, guys. I'm so sorry. So we're stepping forward now with the left foot. It took me way too long to figure out that that was the wrong side. Okay, so the left foot is forward, right knee to the floor. We're taking both arms up. Stretching tall into those fingertips. Left hand can come to the left hip. And we're reaching up, maybe a side stretch through the right side. We'll release that right arm down. Then we take both arms out into a T, twisting to the left, and then bringing the right hand down to the mat. Maybe pretty close to the left foot, maybe pretty far from the left foot. Looking up towards the left fingertips. Deep breath in to lengthen the spine. Exhaling to twist a little bit deeper. And just like someone's holding onto that left hand, we're coming on up. Rotating forward and release. Alrighty, we'll bring both knees down, coming into that mountain plank again. Straight line, deep breath in. Exhaling to lower the chest all the way to the floor, pointing those toes. Inhaling to lift the heart. Exhaling to lower. Inhaling to lift the heart, looking over the left shoulder. Exhaling to lower. Inhaling to lift, looking over the right shoulder. And exhaling to lower all the way down. Pressing strongly into the mat, tucking those toes, and coming back up to our tabletop. Alrighty, let's go ahead and switch over to a seated position. And we are going to come into a twist here. So we've got the bottoms of the feet to the floor. Let's take the right heel in towards the left hip. Hug that left shin in nice and close. Use the hands to that shin and that knee to sit up nice and tall. If this feels great, you might just want to stay here. If you want to go a little bit deeper and get a little bit more of a twist, we can take the left hand down to the floor, using the knee to look over the left shoulder. Deep breath in to lengthen the spine. And exhaling to get a little deeper to the twist. We'll come on back to center. Keeping the legs just how they are, take both hands over towards the right. Maybe just one hand can make it to the floor. Maybe you can bend that elbow. Coming on up. We'll disentangle the legs, bottoms of the feet to the floor. We'll come into that same pose on the other side. So this time, the left heel comes in towards the right hip. We're hugging in the right shin. We can stay right here, sitting up nice and tall, using that knee. Or we can twist, bringing the right hand behind, using that knee for a little bit of leverage to twist and look over the right shoulder. Deep breath in to lengthen the spine. And exhaling to get a little bit deeper into your twist if you are twisting. We'll release that twist. Come in maybe with both hands down to the left side of the mat, bending towards the mat. Let's disentangle those legs, take them out long, and we'll come into step pose just briefly. So we're flexing the feet, maybe pressing into the floor with both hands to lengthen the spine. Really active through the core, really active through the fronts of the legs. We'll take a big deep breath in here. On our exhale, we'll fold forward, relaxing the legs, not holding on to anything and pulling, not forcing anything, just letting gravity pull the upper body down towards the lower body. Letting the back of the neck release, letting the head just hang, and noticing where you feel a stretch. Do you feel it through your back? Do you feel it behind your ears? Do you feel it in your face or in your head? This is called caterpillar Indian yoga. I think that's a pretty good name. Just breathing regularly here, noticing how your exhalations let you get a little bit deeper, or at least feel like you're getting a little bit deeper. The inhalations fill the lungs and take you out of the stretch just a little. We'll slowly come on up. And let's take the bottoms of the feet together here. Sitting up nice and tall. Hands are just wherever it's comfortable for them to be. This is cobbler's pose. And here we're going to do very much the same thing with our spines. We're sitting up nice and tall, being really active, taking a big deep breath in, and then on our exhale, we're just folding forward. Noticing if you feel stretches in different places. Noticing if you feel like you're a little bit lower in this position towards the floor than you were with the legs straight. Just noticing, making observations. Here in our cobbler pose, we're going to do something that we've done in a couple different positions in this class. We're going to make our way towards the right knee. So whether you can bring your hands to the floor on either side of that right knee, whether you're just holding on to that right knee, we're folding towards the right knee to stretch through the left side of the back. It's springtime. These are our yard work muscles. We want to stretch them, keep them happy. Big deep breath in, and then exhale to release the spine. We'll come through center, staying low, and then over to the left side. Folding towards the left knee to release the right side of the back. Taking a big deep breath in. And exhaling to soften through your spine. Soften through the back of the neck. Gently making our way up. Be lengthening the spine, lengthening the neck, sitting up really, really nice and tall, maybe even a little bit taller than you were a minute ago. We'll take the hands to the outside of the knees and bring the knees in towards one another. Alrighty, let's go ahead and come down so that we're laying on the right side. We're gonna do this really nice shoulder stretch. So we're coming down onto the right side. Let's stack the knees. So we're bending the knees just into a comfortable position on the floor. And we are taking the right hand. We're bending the elbows so the fingertips point up towards the ceiling. And it's as if you've got a puppy who's just gonna come cuddle up right here. So you would reach down with that right hand to pet that puppy. We're gonna use this left hand to press the palm towards the floor. This is a big, huge stretch on the rotator cuff, the back of the shoulder. And I want you to be very, very gentle with yourself. So you might be able to get a little bit of like flexibility out of this shoulder, and you might be really, really stiff here. And that's just fine. Be gentle with yourself. Notice where you feel a good stretch and stay there. This is called a sleeper stretch. So we're getting a big opening through that right rotator cuff. We'll release the left hand. Maybe shake out that right arm a little bit. And let's extend both arms. The palms are together. And we're going to come into our twists. So we'll open up with the left hand, left arm, left side of the body, coming into a big, nice twist. Let's just hang out here. So the left arm is long on the floor. The left knee is moving in the opposite direction. Gravity is helping them move away from each other. If you want to extend that left leg long for a little bit more of a stretch, that is an option. Not forcing anything into the floor, not forcing that shoulder down or that leg down. They might just be in space, and that's fine. We'll bend both knees and carefully come on out of that twist, bringing the left hand back across. Alrighty, and then we'll switch sides. Gently, gently switching sides. Coming over to lay on your left side. With the knees bent, legs are stacked. We're going to come with the left fingertips pointing up towards the ceiling, as if there's a friend, a puppy, somebody coming right here to lay with you. You are bringing the palm of the left hand towards the floor, maybe helping it along with the right hand. If this is painful, give yourself some more space. We want to feel a good stretch, not an injury taking place. We'll gently release that left hand, taking the arms out in front, palms are stacked. We'll open up with the right hand coming into a twist. The right hand and the right knee are moving away from each other, opening up that whole right side of the body. Maybe extending through the right leg. Getting a stretch through the outside of the right leg, the IT band. Not forcing anything down towards the floor. Just letting your body be in this shape, letting gravity help it. We'll bend both knees and come back up to center with the knees. So now we're making our way onto our backs. Let's take the arms down alongside the body. Plant both feet in nice and close. And we'll press into the floor to lift the hips up. Exhaling to lower the hips all the way down. Inhaling, lifting the hips up. Exhaling, lowering down. And we'll incorporate the arms. Lifting the hips up on the inhale and raising the arms up overhead. Maybe the backs of the hands touch the floor. And exhale to lower it all down. Moving with your breath. Opening up the front of your body. We'll do one more inhaling to lift. And exhaling to lower. Let's go ahead and take both legs long. And both arms long overhead, stretching from the fingertips all the way down to the toes. Take the arms out wide in a T, and take the legs out a little bit wider than you normally would. We're taking up a whole lot of space on the floor. In Yin Yoga, this is called pinnacle pose. Some people call it starfish. You can see why. Just like a big, wide relaxation pose. If this is comfortable, feel free to stay here. If you would like to take a different final relaxation position, that's just fine too. Maybe making yourself take up a little less space. Maybe bending through the knees and taking the knees together. Whatever feels best to you. Feeling pretty much symmetrical from right to left. Allowing your body to be heavy and soft. Breathing regularly. Letting the legs be soft. The belly, the throat, the arms and the hands, the face. Take a big deep breath in through the nose and let it out through the mouth. One more like that. And we'll roll to one side and come to press up to a seated position. Sitting up nice and tall, hopefully noticing some new space in the spine, the hips, the shoulders. We'll close with our 3 deep breaths, bringing the hands into the heart. Taking a big deep breath in for the world. Exhaling, hands into center. Big deep breath in for our community. Exhaling, hands into the center. big deep breath in for ourselves. Hands come into the heart. Thank you so much. Namaste.